Hello everyone, welcome to this Sims 3 house renovation video. So today I'm renovating this house, which is Cornucopia, and it's part of my ongoing series of renovating all of the houses that are in the Sims 3's library or bin in Edit Town. So these are all the houses that came with the base game but aren't placed in Sunset Valley. This house is called Cornucopia. We just saw the outside, the living room, and now we're looking at the kitchen and dining room of the original house. And this house has 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms originally, and here's the largest bedroom in the house. So yeah, it kind of gives you an overview of what it looked like before. It's kind of dark. I feel like a lot of these houses that came like with the base game are kind of dark. I don't know why. They just like use a lot of dark colors and not too much light. But anyway, you can see it's a very simple like colonial house. It's just a giant rectangle really. And so I really wanted to start by adding a little bit more of an interesting shape to the house. So I added a like bay window on one side. I was going to do like a front porch, but I decided not to. So I actually undid that, which you'll see in a second. And I also added kind of like a bump out on the right side for the living room. So that kind of helps like give it a little bit more of like an interesting look. So you can see that's kind of what I did for that. As far as the floor plan goes, it actually doesn't change much. The living room stays in the same place. The entrance is the same, and the dining room and kitchen are the same. I added a wall between the dining room and kitchen, and I temporarily have a wall there between the entrance and the living room, but I do remove that. I also add on the back of the house a screened-in porch, and then I also have like a couple bump outs on top of that, one of which will be the primary bathroom, and the other one's just going to be part of the hallway on the second floor. So yeah, tiny additions, nothing too major really. So yeah, mainly it's just that bathroom and then the sunroom. And yeah, so in the end, the house ends up going from a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house to a 3-bedroom, 2.5-bathroom house. So I only add, oh wait, no. Yeah, wait. Yes, okay, wait. Oh wait, no, actually it was only 1.5 bathrooms originally. I don't know, yeah, it took me like a moment to think about that, but yeah, the house actually, I think only had 1 full bathroom on the top floor and then a half bathroom on the first floor, so it actually went from 3 beds, 1.5 bath to 3 beds, 2.5 bath, so 1 extra bathroom. I also added this little attic under the roof, which doesn't actually add much space, it's just kind of a fun detail, and adds like some dormers, just like these little tiny dormers on the roof, which I thought made the house look a little bit more interesting, so I added those in. Anyway, here you can see the back porch, just some stairs. I also added a garage as well, so that's not like really much interior space, it's just like the garage, but it is attached to the house, and there's a door through to the kitchen. And yeah, so on the second floor, as far as the floor plan goes, it's the same. So the bathroom stays in the same place up front, the bedrooms all stay in the same place. I just add closets into the bedrooms, and then I add the bathroom to the primary bedroom. So that's all that changes really floor plan wise. So actually this house stays very similar with the floor plan. I did add a ladder though to the attic. Yeah, so you can see the downstairs bathroom was a half bathroom originally, so I just simply split it up, so it's now a bathroom and a laundry room. So I just kind of made it two separate rooms there because it did not need to be that big. But anyway, for the screened-in porch, I added in these windows, which are actually just screens from the Now and Then Century Manor set, which is on the Sims 3 store. And yeah, so these have the screened windows and then the doors too, screen doors. So those, make it a screened-in porch. So it's like technically functions as an interior room, although it is, a porch. It doesn't have walls, it's just screen. But yeah, and that adds a bit of outdoor space to the house, but technically doesn't really expand the interior rooms. And here I'm adding some different windows. I actually change out that front door. I don't keep that one. And the windows I put in now are from Now and Then Century Manor as well, and also the base game. And yeah, so just putting in a bunch of windows. I'm going to change the colors. The original house had this like really dark blue trim on everything with like the kind of mustard yellow siding. So I do keep the color of the siding pretty much. I think it's very similar. And then I end up making this kind of brick that matches. So you can kind of see here just doing that, and also doing white trim on all the windows. And yeah, so I think I'm going to do the siding now. Yeah, so I like to use this one, which is from Ambitions, and it has this like nicer like way that the corner trim works, because the one from the base game is like the wood texture just applies the same way on the whole thing. Whereas this one, that trim on the edge, you can put a different direction of wood. So the wood grain will go vertically on the edge and then horizontally on the siding, which looks much better. So I tend to use the Ambitions one for that reason. And you can see right now I'm just switching it all to that basically. So it kind of is very similar in color, just kind of a different texture. So yeah, going around doing that, and I'm also gonna have to change to vertical siding for the garage, otherwise it'll look very glitchy. But yeah, the whole house overall is the siding. So just doing that right now to the attic space as well under the roof, because the roof was tall enough for it, and I thought that the dormers kind of added a little bit of visual interest to the house, so I liked having that in there. Anyway, right now, gonna get that vertical siding in, I believe. Oh yeah, so I also matched that. You can see that paneling on top of the garage is the same as the house next door, has the same kind of paneling that's like above the garage, or above the in that area of that house. So I thought that it was kind of fun to match that as well. And I do recolor it just like at the very end. I don't know why I left it red all the, like most of the video, but I will recolor it. And yeah, here I was messing around with this door, but I did not like the door, so I ended up changing it. So you'll see that in a second. But right now I'm recoloring all the windows, and yeah, they're all gonna be white, which I think looks much nicer than having the navy blue. I didn't think that was a great look. It looked very dark, not super inviting. So yeah, the white definitely helps make it look a little bit brighter. And here I'm just going around and doing all of the screen and porch windows, and then the back windows and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, just kind of doing that, getting some railings in as well on the back porch, and also doing some more of that brick around the house. But yeah, so I think that's mainly the structural changes and everything kind of in place. So yeah, I mean, it looks very different, and you'll see that in the before and after screenshots at the end of this video. But it actually wasn't a huge change. Like, I didn't do a huge amount to change the actual house shape itself. It's just like a few small things, like that bay window on the left side and that little bump out on the right side just helped make the house look so much more interesting. And also the dormers on the roof helped a little bit too, because originally it was like so bland looking, so it just needed something. And I also did a little bit of terrain editing on this one, so just kind of like a little bit of hills and stuff, so it doesn't look completely flat. And yeah, just getting in some trees at this point. I don't know why, I just like put some trees in at this point, even though I do the landscaping at the end. I don't know, I just kind of had fun with putting in some trees, so I did that near the beginning here. But yeah, I got that tree there, which kind of blocks some of the house, but I liked it, so I put it there. And then I also got a fence in the front as well, actually, but just the front. It doesn't go around the whole house, so I kind of leave it like that. Anyway, I think now as far as the inside goes, oh yeah, I do a few little tweaks here. So I just made the bathroom a little larger and then moved the closet there, you can see. So yeah, the primary bathroom is actually quite large. As you can see, it's 4 tiles by 4 tiles. And actually the other bathroom up is also very big too. It's 3 by 4, I believe. So that's pretty nice. And then yeah, this bedroom is huge. It's actually a tiny bit smaller than it was before, because I made the bathroom, put the bathroom there. I took like a 1 row of tiles away from the bedroom, but I don't know, it's still a huge bedroom. It's kind of crazy. So I actually ended up removing that wall that I had put in, because I put a wall there between the living room and the hallway, which wasn't there, but it made the hallway super dark because there's no windows in it. So I ended up removing that wall, and I don't do those columns though that I put in. I will switch them out, but yeah, I think they looked better being open, because it just helped with the light flow. But I do add like a couple wall segments and some smaller columns there, so it stays open, but it has a bit of separation. I mean, this is an older style house, so it's not going to have like a modern open floor plan. It's not really what I wanted to do. You can see here, I'm doing these floors. I really like to do these floors. They're like this parquet flooring that has this like this detail in it where like, you have these wooden planks that make these squares. I like it, so I've been using it in quite a few houses. So I kind of put it in this one as well. And the kitchen here, as you can see, I struggle with the layout a little bit. I'm going to revise it later on, but yeah, I split up the kitchen and dining room because it used to be one room, and I thought that I wanted the dining room to feel a bit more like a formal dining room, so I put a wall there with a nice archway, and so it does do that, makes it feel a little bit more like a formal dining room. Yeah, so actually we're gonna do the kitchen right now. So I moved the door over a little bit, so there's more space to have like the cabinets on that one side because it seemed a bit split up. So I wanted to do that. But anyway, you can see I am now moving on. I think the living room is actually the first room I finished, so I'm going to do that now, I believe. And I wanted to keep the essence of the original throughout like almost most of the rooms in the house. I really wanted to keep that original essence of what the room was like. And so you'll see my attempts to do that in every room. So in the living room, the wallpaper, I kept the same pattern. I adjusted the color ever so slightly, and obviously the trim is different. I got rid of the red at the bottom. But yeah, it's the same wallpaper pattern, so I kept that, and I did the whole entryway area in the same thing as well, so you can see there, that's what it looks like. And then I'm going to just recolor the fireplace. There was no fireplace originally, so I added that in as another detail with the chimney, made it look nice to have that. And then I'm also going to get in a couple bookshelves actually to go on either side of the fireplace, which I picked them white originally, but I'm going to change them to be wooden to match the furniture, which helps make it feel a bit more cozy. And now I'm getting in some curtains. Right now, most of the furniture in the living room is the original furniture, which, is definitely something else. It's like red and with like this white plaid on it. Most of these houses have kind of crazy furniture patterns. They love to do the couches and like weird geometric patterns. So yeah, in this case, I obviously am going to replace all of that. I wanted to keep some of the similar color scheme going on though. So yeah, kind of have those reds and like the white, the like very light kind of cream color on those couches. So I tried to keep that. I ended up putting in leather couches in this room, and I made them a very light leather color that kind of matches. Well, I just took the same color right off that plaid, and that's what I used for the furniture. So yeah, we have a 3-seat couch, a 2-seat couch, and then 2 chairs. So a lot of furniture actually in here. And then you have a little side table there. I switched out the side table to be something that fit the room a little bit better. And then I'm also going to get in a different coffee table and stuff. But oh yeah, there we go. So, and also that weird dining table, I'm going to get rid of that as well. And yeah, we're getting in a rug. And so now you can kind of see the whole vision coming together of what this room kind of looks like. Anyway, right now I'm just going to put in like a little sofa table. Just like a little table behind the sofa. And here's where I was like thinking about these columns, which I didn't really love them there because they were just not centered quite right. So I wanted the opening of the room, the entrance into the room, to be centered with the fireplace. So I added that wall segment there, and then I moved the columns. I'm going to change them out, but this way the entrance in the living room is still open, but it's more distinct. It's a little bit more separated, which I thought was nice. So that's what I wanted to do. And yeah, so just recoloring some little lights. Just got some light wall lights there on the other side of the door. And I wanted to put a piano in, but there was definitely no room for that. So instead I put a chess table over there in the front window. And then back over here I just put a painting. Though I do actually change the windows later on. There's the yellow horse. I do change the windows later on, so I actually end up moving the painting I put there, but yeah, that's all good. Oh yeah, I also put a grandfather clock in, although that goes in the entranceway, which I like the grandfather clock. I actually discovered that there was one that came with Supernatural, which I feel like I didn't know about, but maybe I did. But I like this one from Roaring Heights more, so that's why I use it pretty much all the time. And so yeah, that goes in the entrance, and then I ended up putting a painting here between the windows, but like I said, that's going to change a little bit. And yeah, so that's the main living room done. And next is the dining room. So with the dining room, I wanted to keep it again a similar sort of theme. The dining table and chairs are different, of course, because the other ones were like whack. But yeah, I did keep the wallpaper from this dining room. I just made it lighter and brighter. So it's the same striped pattern, got the same kind of like yellow and blue, but it's much more pleasing to the eye now because I tweaked the colors a little bit. And yeah, so it definitely looks brighter in this room with the white chairs too, and it's definitely a lot less, it was very dark before. So yeah, this helps a lot, I think, with making this look a bit brighter and nicer. And I'm also going to get in a china cabinet as well. So there we go. And yeah, so I don't know how much more I put in this room. I know there's a couple of chairs I put in. Of course, I get some curtains in here, so there we go. Very nice. And I put like 2 extra dining chairs in the corner, so it's like you could, because it looks like there's definitely room to add like 2 more chairs to the table. So those are there, in case of, I guess, more people coming over. And then in theory, those chairs would be added to the table in that situation. And then also just getting in some decorations, some plants, some art. And yeah, so the kitchen, in terms of the kitchen, it's in the same place. Obviously, the cabinets and appliances are in different places now. But the color scheme, I tried to keep similar. So I adjusted the floor. So it's still the same vibe, but a little bit desaturated and having a stone texture to it. The cabinets were originally dark blue, but I made them wooden instead, which I thought, with white countertops, which I thought looked nicer and helped brighten it up a little bit since it was pretty dark. And then I recolored the appliances, so they're stainless steel. And then, just doing a few tweaks. I had the walls as well. I adjusted those so they match the floor, and recolored the light fixture because it was like bright blue. And yeah, so just now at this point, I'm just going to put some details in here. It's got a little trash can. There's the dishwasher, which actually goes next to the stove. And then I'm going to put in just a few little things here and there. I got a microwave, and of course a little window covering thing, although I don't know what the purpose of that little curtain is, but it's decoration. And then a little mat on the floor. I'm also going to get in like some soap, a soap dispenser, and paper towels. And there's also going to be like a little table in here as well, so it looks like there's like a little place to eat that's not the formal dining room, even though it only seats 2. You'll see that in a moment. But yeah, right now it's getting in just a few little things, so we just have those little details. And yeah, that's mostly it. I don't know, I guess I'm going to come back and add that table, but here's where I switch out the columns because I thought these ones looked quite a bit better than the big round ones. So there we go. And yeah, I think that's that for that whole area essentially. And I guess the rest of the first floor is really just going to be the bathroom and laundry room. So we're going to get to that in a second. But yeah, so that's the little table in the kitchen table, if you will. So that that helps make it look like there's a place to eat that's not like the formal dining room. So yeah, but anyway, just doing that, recoloring. Crystal was taking its sweet time, but there we go. And yeah, so now we're gonna do the half bath. So this is much smaller. It's actually half the size that it was originally because it was huge before. Did not need to be that big, but yeah, in this case, I kind of changed the colors a lot because everything was the same as the kitchen originally, so I wanted to change it up a bit. So it kind of has similar color scheme, but it's a lot brighter. And then you have this nice wood paneling. The toilet stays the same color though, so there's that. But the vanity changes, and then I kind of rearranged it a bit. And yeah, so that is pretty much that though for the bathroom here. And then I just add in a few little things. So got some curtains in here as well. I quite like these curtains, and I never use them because of that weird red stripe on them, but I actually realized there's a different color swatch for them, so that doesn't have it. So I used those actually a few times throughout this house. So yeah, and now I am just adding in a rug in here and just recoloring that. So there you go. And I think that's pretty much it for that bathroom. And so next will be a pretty simple laundry room. So yeah, I wanted to add that in. So because the house didn't have, none of these houses had laundry rooms originally because they came with ambitions. So yeah, there you go. Got your washer dryer, a little shelf. I got some decorations in here, a little laundry decor up on the shelf there. And yeah, there you go. So that's pretty much it for, I think the first floor is kind of done at this point. So upstairs on the second floor, the landing is a little bit bigger. It just has this dormer now that I added in over the screened-in porch. And I added a computer desk there. So since there is no like office in this house, I thought it was kind of a good place to put the computer. So yeah, it ends up there on the landing on the second floor. And I also do slightly change the layout a little bit with one of the bedrooms, very subtly, but that will change the landing a tiny bit. But yeah, right now just recoloring the little mouse pad on the computer. There's a bookshelf, and yeah, I think that's mostly it though for the upstairs landing. Got some curtains up here as well on those windows, and I think a lamp on the desk, but there you go. And so this is the first bedroom I tackle. So as you can see, it's the same bedroom that was there. I just added a closet to it. So otherwise it's the same exact shape, size, well, not different shape, but similar. And I kept the wallpaper actually. I just changed the molding to be white instead of brown. I changed out the furniture though. I went for a double bed in here. I wanted this to be a bit more of like a teen's room or like an older kid's room. So that's kind of, I wanted to have a larger bed in here. And yeah, so I kept the wallpaper though, so it's interesting. And yeah, just kind of gonna put in carpet here. So I wanted these two bedrooms on this side of the house to have carpet, so I just have that. And then recoloring the bedspread and the furniture. And yeah, so that's kind of how it's coming along right now. And then I'm just gonna get in, obviously, the decor and stuff. So there's a lot of posters and things on the walls, like a corkboard there over the dresser. I also get in more posters and probably more. Yeah, there's another poster and probably one more. Yeah, there it is. So those are all the wall decors, like a beanbag chair, a little stereo, and also, of course, the closet. So that I just put carpet in there right now. Oh, there's the attic right now. Actually, it's happening. It's interesting. Yeah, so the attic is just basically what you see here. It's like a little strip under the roof. But anyway, back to this room. We have the closet there. So just decorative, of course. I just like to have the closets. And then I get some lighting in there. So yeah, that is that, I guess. And then yeah, this bedroom is just a few more things. Got the rug in here, which I'm going to recolor. So there you go, and that's the rug. And yeah, I think that's mostly it besides the curtains. So I'm just gonna get in some curtains as well, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, the next bedroom I do change a little bit. So I was gonna have it this shape here, which I thought though was a little bit too long and skinny, because you can see the closet and then the ladder to the attic kind of take up this 1x3 space in the room, and it made it kind of strange. So it was kind of a strange shape. And this one, the wall color does change. It goes to more of a blue kind of color in here, or yeah, I guess it's kind of more of a blue. So I thought that was a little nice, lighter, brighter. And yeah, so here's where I change up this closet. So I moved the closet over so it's against the same wall as the ladder, so it makes the room a nicer shape. It's like more of a nice, even rectangle. And I'm also, yeah, here's where I adjust all of this. So I move it over there, and then the door is kind of in this little nook, but I think it's fine. And you can see it's kind of around the corner there by the desk area in the hallway. But now this way, the bedroom's a nice, perfect rectangle. So there you go. It's only slightly smaller than it was originally, which I think is fine. And yeah, so here you can see it's more of a kid's room than a teen's room, though I guess it could be either one. And yeah, just recoloring some furniture and stuff, moving those windows. Oh yeah, here's where I move those windows. So you can see I moved the windows and I moved that painting downstairs. I moved the windows because of the bedroom. I didn't like having the window and up against the door, because then the curtain would be in the way. And so I wanted to rearrange that a little bit. But yeah, it's a very simple bedroom. You have a single bed, a rocking chair, and then some like little decor items and stuff in here. So just kind of doing that right now. I'm gonna get a poster as well, which goes there. And then yeah, I think just like a few little things, some little toys. Obviously, I'm gonna get some curtains in as well, so you'll see that in a second. There we go. Getting in some curtains and recoloring them, and yeah, just a few little things. Gonna get in a rug as well for a little bit of decor. And yeah, so I think that's mostly it for this bedroom, and then we should, in theory, be moving on to the primary suite next, but we'll see. Sometimes I do unpredictable things, so who knows. But yeah, that is that bedroom done. And oh, maybe we're gonna do the attic actually. I don't know, but yeah, getting in some lights up here. I think I do the attic actually. So there's not much up here really. It's just kind of more just decorative, but still it is functional, so it's kind of fun. You can have your Sims go up there and I don't know, just make it like you can put random stuff up here if you want. But yeah, I just kind of recolored the walls with like this wood paneling and stuff. And I just put like a few miscellaneous items up here, but nothing really that significant. I didn't want to like go too crazy up here, but there's like a little screen, it's like some random junk, and then I put like this little chest there and like some shelving above it. But that's pretty much all that really ends up in the attic. So yeah, just like a shelf with some toys on it, which is kind of creepy, but I don't know. It's like maybe the old toys that were grown out of, but yeah, so that's the attic. Anyway, down to the main bedroom. So it's a very large bedroom, as you can see, and originally had this blue wallpaper. So I think actually it might not end up being blue in the end. I think I did change it a little bit, so it ends up being a little bit more of like a greenish sort of color. I guess we'll see in a moment. But yeah, there's also two dressers in here. You have a dresser under the TV, and then there's an armoire, wardrobe. And here's the different wall. It's actually more of a gray instead of blue sort of color on the wallpaper in here. But it's a similar kind of pattern, floral-ish pattern. And yeah, so just doing that, getting some lamps in here. But it does actually stay kind of blue, actually, because the bedding is going to be all blue. So, because it was originally a blue bedroom. So I do keep that that like vibe alive. So you can see the bedding is all blue, and then the curtains will be blue as well, and the rug I think will be blue, probably have some blue in it at least. So that'll keep it kind of similar to the original color scheme. Getting in a little alarm clock, a little bit of art on the wall as well, and I think I got a mirror on the other side. I was gonna put that painting there, but I moved it, and then I put a mirror in instead. So there we go. And then recoloring the rug here. So I kind of has like this similar pattern to the walls, but like a little bit more organic, but it's also blue, so it matches the room. And yeah, so it's getting in some lights. There's gonna be a couple of chairs in here as well, but it's overall not like super cluttered. It's a pretty big room, so I didn't want to go crazy. I didn't, it'd be kind of crazy to put like so many random things in here. So I do get a couple armchairs though, which is nice. I wanted to use these curtains in here too, but they were actually too short for the bay window, so I couldn't use them. So I used these ones instead, which I think are from Generations, and I got those in, but they're in the powder blue that matches the bedding. Got a plant in the corner over there, and then I'm also gonna get in there's the chairs kind of in the bay window. And yeah, I think that's mostly it. I think that's pretty much it for this bedroom. So recoloring those. And yeah, so we're gonna do just quickly do the closet as well, of course, and then I'm gonna do the bathroom. So the bathroom was the additional part. It's like the main addition to the house actually is this upstairs bathroom, which goes out above the screened-in porch that I added in. And yeah, it's a really nice bathroom. It's very large, 4x4 tile bathroom. Got the clawfoot tub, and then this separate shower, and double sinks and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I got this kind of fun flooring in here, which you'll see in a moment. There it is. Kind of a fun flooring. I did recolor it, so it kind of matches the bedroom. And then I'm also going to get in tile on the walls as well. So I got the same color as the bedroom walls, and then like a white tile on there. And so yeah, now I'm just kind of recoloring some stuff. Got some mirrors in there. Got some a hand towel. And also getting some more towels too. Obviously, lots of decorations and stuff because the bathroom is very big, so it definitely needs to have some details. So there's the curtains in there. So I actually did get to use those curtains, which are from Seasons, by the way. Which they're kind of fun. I don't really use them ever, so it's kind of fun. Got those in over the tub. They're like kind of the perfect length actually. And then also got a few other details: medicine cabinet, a little like cabinet for towels and stuff. Like a little magazine holder by the toilet, and then also a little mat on the floor there. But I think that's pretty much it for that whole area. Now this bathroom is pretty heinous. You can see it's originally was turquoise, orange, and brown. Very shocking, I must say. So yeah, that does change for sure. First, I toned down the floor a lot. I used a different tile, and I made it far less brown. It's more of like a light beige now, more neutral. I changed out the sink, and then the fixtures in there, I kept them turquoise, but made them a lot less, much more desaturated. Same with the walls. The turquoise tile becomes much more desaturated as paint, and then the orange tile is also more desaturated, kind of. And so the bathroom is still like orange, brown, and turquoise, like the original one, but I just like desaturated everything a lot, and it does look a lot better. Again, I wanted to keep the same vibe as the original. It's also supposed to be an older house, so it's not like a modern, like these renovations aren't to like make them modern. It's still going to be dated in some sense, but just looks better than what it was before. So yeah, kind of in my own style basically. So that's that bathroom anyway. And yeah, here's where I'm finally recoloring the paneling there over the garage. I also recolor these columns a little bit too. So because I thought the wood grain on them didn't look quite right. So I do adjust that slightly. And I'm also going to recolor the stone railings that I have here, and also the deck and the stairs and all that kind of stuff as well. So I'm going to do that right now. So it all kind of matches a little bit better. So you can see just recoloring the stairs and then all the stairs and all the decks and stuff. So there you go. And basically what's left is the landscaping, the garage, I guess, and the outdoor furniture. So getting in some outdoor lighting right now. So got a couple lights by the front door, some of them on the porch there, some by the garage, basically kind of around the house. So just kind of doing that, adjusting that tree slightly, recoloring the front fence. I also added little wall segments as well to the front fence, which I thought helped make it look a bit more substantial, with a couple lights there as well on top of it, on top of the driveway entrance. Also getting in the mailbox as well, kind of putting that over by the front entrance area, and then also recoloring the trash can. And so yeah, I had a little pathway here from the driveway to this little side door. And then I slightly adjust this front pathway, which I kind of just randomly put in there. So I do refine it a few times to try to make it look a little bit nicer. But it's kind of a fun curve, which I kind of like it. And I have the landscaping kind of work around that curve with it. And here I'm just terrain painting the garage, because I like to terrain paint the garage floors. I feel like it blends better with the driveway. The Sims will complain that it's an unfinished room, but it's too bad for them. So it just is what it is. And I also painted underneath all of the porches and under the house a dirt. So I just like to do that too, because when you go all the way down to the foundation view, it looks nicer when that's been done. But obviously it's not really that crucial. Getting in some more lights as well. And I think we're going to do the garage maybe. Oh yeah, I put like these lights by the floors because it was so dark because of the constrained floor elevation, but it didn't really help too much. So kind of is what it is. But anyway, there's the car, and then I also got in just the usual garage decorations that I do. Also got some blinds in the windows, but yeah, that's pretty much it for the garage. And now I think we're going to do the plants, the flora and fauna of this property. So getting in lots of bushes and the hydrangeas. I mean, I kind of always use the same landscaping stuff. I just like it. So yeah, the same plant, the same bushes, and then the hydrangea flowers. Oh, I got some azaleas in there though as well. The yellow kind of matched the house, so I threw that in. And yeah, also got the yellow heather flowers, the kind of close to the ground ones. So that also kind of matches the house, and just, adding in a few things here and there. Lots of little plants everywhere, as I usually do. And another like little tree out the front there, just to add like a bit of just another cluster, just to have some more interest there. And then around the back, I get in some more trees, a couple trees, and got some stuff around them, and around this corner here, around that corner, around the back as well. You get the idea, just lots of little plants here and there and everywhere. And then of course I'm going to come in now and terrain paint it all. So got that dirt terrain paint underneath all the plants and stuff, which helps a lot, in my opinion, with how the landscaping looks. I think it looks a lot better with this. And so I was kind of doing that right now, going around to all the clusters of plants and putting in that terrain paint. So, just still doing that, it is what it is. So some more dirt terrain paint, doing the edges as well. So the edges of the house and the edges of the porch. So it was like a little bit of dirt edge there. Also around the garage as well, doing that, and then fixing the terrain paint inside. But yeah, so I think that's pretty much it for the landscaping, and we're just going to do some outdoor furniture now. We're kind of very near the end here, actually, so the outdoor furniture is kind of the last thing. So there's going to be some screenshots coming up. You'll get a before and after look at the house, so I hope you stick around for those because, kind of give you a nice overview of everything that happened. If you enjoyed this video, I'd greatly appreciate it if you consider subscribing. You can check out more videos like this on my channel as well if you haven't already. And I always love to hear your feedback in the comments. And so, yeah. Oh yeah, and you can download the house as well. There's a link in the description. So if you want to download it, you can do that. So anyway, that was actually the outdoor furniture. I think that's done now. So I just recolored this little table and added a phone, and then I added some floor mats. But I think that's pretty much it. So again, hope you enjoyed, and just doing the last few little touches. I hope you enjoy the screenshots, and as always, I hope to see you next time.